I'm very glad that you guys and gentlemen and ladies, you actually join us today. This is our first time that we're actually doing this networking session. If you do not know yet, this is actually also our 101st Founders Day celebration today as well. So you might have seen that the theme for this Founders Day celebration, which is forward into the next century, and behold, I'm doing a new thing, and now it springs forth. So I think this ties down with what we are trying to do today, our first networking session, that we are trying to bring all the old boys and girls back as well, to mingle around, to help each other, and probably to help the school as well. So some like to share the program outline for today. You can ignore the timing. We have overrun. So after the start of the program, I will get our MA President, Mr. Dennis Fu, to give the welcome speech. And thereafter I'll invite our guest speakers on the stage as well to share their story. And following on, we have something different this time around. If you have been to other networking sessions, we are going to get every participant to introduce yourself, so that people will know who you are and maybe who to look for as well. So this is a bit more interactive. That's the value we are trying to bring here as well. After that, you can continue to network and enjoy the food and drinks. Of course, after the whole event, we have our AGM as well. So some housekeeping rules. Okay, the background and concept of this networking session, why we are doing this. Actually, we thought of it since last year during the 100-year celebration preparation. So the idea is actually to bring the old boys, the alumni back to the school to mingle, and also we have seen a lot of successful alumni as well. So that's why I think it is a good idea to bring you all back. The saying goes, it's a giver's gain. The more you give, the more you gain as well. So that's why we actually started to organize this as well. And before I move on to other rules and regulations, I also like to thank the MA committee, Mr. Dennis, Bernard, Alex, for giving me this chance to try out to start this program. And of course, the schools as well. Without their support, we will not have a venue. Of course, of the food and drinks, and my own team as well. Thank you so much for supporting. So for the rules and regulations, the housekeeping wise, I know some people might be concerned because your contact information is being shared and things like that. So I just want to assure you that you have signed the PDPA consensus, so you just use it for the school's event only. And after this event, I'll just drop everyone an email for you to share the contact. So that will be about it. But if you need more information, you can look for me. And of course, the best way is to actually mingle later and get their name card. Yeah. So for others, this is the first session. We're actually looking at maybe we can do another session later part of this year. But to do that, we will probably need a bit more support as well. Doesn't need to be money. It could be, you can share with me some of the prominent speakers that we can invite back. Maybe you have a venue to share with us. And of course, maybe other support like photography, videography, even digital artwork and things like that. You can approach me as well. I think we need all this support to actually gain traction for this event. And at the end, we're going to have a feedback form. So do fill it up. We are trying to make this event better, giving you all a better experience next time as well. So do fill up the feedback form. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Mr. Dennis Ho, our Montfort Alumni President, to give the welcome speech. Mr. Dennis.
Hi everyone, good morning. Sorry, the Founders Day, the main event overran. And it overran because last year the school did very well, so there were a lot of prize giving ceremony, and so it's a good sign for everyone. So this is our very first networking event, and all to the hard work of Tong Lee and his team. And when this idea first came up more than about 2 years ago, it's like, what's business? I've never attended one, okay, and it's quite strange to me. And this is, we are in a very strange environment. This is called a library, but a library without books. So it's also very strange. Yeah, but Melvin, behind the vice principal, will explain that this is the digital library. So, okay, but where are the computers? I don't know. But anyway, I don't want to take up too much of the time for our distinguished guests. We have a lot of successful Montfortians around, and this is actually the one of the purpose of why we want to have this is to help every one of us. We in our midst, we do have very successful people, not just the few MPs or ministers or whatever that you see every year, but and a lot of successful people coming from all walks of life and in various industries. So today we are just portraying 3 of them. All right, 2 of them, which one of it is my classmate. I was in the same year, and one is we went Vancouver University together. Different year. He was in the better university than me. So. Yeah, but all this, I'm sure you have heard of their names or at least their company names before. So without further ado, let's take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis. Let's give him a round of applause. Yeah. Okay, next I would like to invite our guest speakers on the stage. Mr. Clement Goh, Managing Director of Equinix South Asia. Mr. David Ng, Chief Executive Officer of Pets Lover Center, and Mr. Jason Tan,